Using strategy to design. Acting as a guide or foundation, the creative brief or positioning statement or design objectives should be reflected in your design concept. As we look at this particular ad for Tabasco sauce, it's got some big text. It says right off the bat, a few good drops. So in that creative brief, that meeting with the design team and the company gave them information stating that, you only need a few drops of this product in order to be able to really bring out the taste of something, right? And so by using that, they came up, with this tagline that's only a few words, more concise words maybe from what they initially talked about in the meeting, and also, provided a picture of the product along with, or the package along with the product kind of dripping out against a pretty ambient type of background that really helps emphasize the two main points, which is the look of the product and the text message that they're going for. This is just one way that you can use the design brief to...
Hello.
Hi there.
I guess they're snowing an odd...
Packaging redesign. Now this would be something for a product that has already been out there in the public, and they've done some sort of market research to where they figured out that, hey, maybe this product isn't selling as good. And one of those reasons might have been the fact that, the packaging design just isn't that attractive. And they thought, well, maybe if we kind of try to revitalize our brand, then we might start to get more sales. And so we see this a lot with different types of companies to be able to do this, especially when it comes to packaging their product and such. And so this would be an example of their original package. So if this is some sort of, energy drink or so, I think it's some sort of drink. Yep, energy drink. I see it down there. You could kind of see, well, these colors aren't all that attractive, and maybe the overall design is something that's maybe not as up to par as some of the other designs that are out there these days. So we flip to the next slide here, and you could kind of see how, they use some of the similar things that were in the brand, but they changed a lot too. They changed the overall color scheme, right, into different shades of blue. Maybe that means more of a refreshing, new type of feeling. They kept the gears, as you could see when we flip back. That kind of gear outline is a little bit more of a circle now instead of an oval. And there you use a few different ones. They still have those icons of people, right, as we see down here on the bottom one, but they're a little bigger now, and they're in a little bit more contrasting sizes, I guess you could kind of say, but overall generally they're bigger. So as you can see, that's the new design that they come up with. And when we flip over to what that design looks like now on the package, seems to be a little bit more contemporary of a design that can fit well against all the other products there, and maybe they now have chosen a color that is much different than what the other products next to it on the shelf has, and it might stand out among those as well. And so even though it's the same product inside, has a whole new look and feel on the outside that might get more people to buy. And the next step would be figuring out how it works, which is number of sales. Count the number of sales you had with the new packaging versus how much you had with the old package, and then you can figure out if it was worth doing the whole new package redesign, and if they were able to increase their sales. So it's another big part of overall branding, is just in a way rebranding certain products to be able to get higher numbers, whether that's sales or whatever else there is. Considerations when designing: the essence and differentiation, relevance and resonance, look and feel, consonants, typography. We're going to have a slide on each of these, but just overall, as you could kind of see, essence and differentiation in this one for Converse, right? Converse have always been, a pretty stable shoe company that has differed from all the rest of them, especially those chuggies that we see here, and more particularly some of the colors that they have. And so emphasizing one of their, or I should say most extravagant maybe colors that they have, is a good way of being able to position themselves into, the shoe market and, take on a lot of different, customers. This one might be missing text, I think. Let's see. All right, well, maybe not. We'll just talk a little bit about this. But considerations when designing, we have a logo here for Papa Murphy's. And as you can kind of see, they take the colors of Italy, because we all know that pizza is always related to Italy. And within it, they also have the take and bake pizza. It's a way of positioning yourself that differs from all the other choices of pizza out there, which is, everything is sold hot to you, right? Well, they've kind of found their way into the marketplace by selling uncooked pizzas so that you can take it and cook it whenever you want, and it still tastes like, the delivery pizza. Resonance and relevance. Distinguished, easily and identifiable, memorable, and relevant to the users. When we talk about being, relevant and memorable, we talk about the logos, right? And so here's a good kind of little graphic that shows the importance of logos. It says what it takes to design a memorable logo, and that's the overall goal for a brand and for a logo, is just to be memorable so that people remember who you are when they're ready to make a purchase. So some of them have a variety of colors. Usually you want to stick with no more than 3 or 4 colors for a logo, but as we could see with this top row with NBC, eBay, Google, and such, they are known for having a wide variety of colors within their logo, kind of like a rainbow color in a sense. However, using some of the most common type of colors, you have your reds, greens, blues, and such, and a mixture of them each. And you could see from some of these logos that they're not using more than 4 colors, right? They're using maybe 2 or 3 colors. Look at the Domino's one in the middle, red, white, and blue, 3 colors. The Burger King one, now that's using 4. We got the yellowish, white, blue, and the red for the King, Burger King. But then we have some of those blue logos, as you can see, and black ones. For instance, GE, just blue and white, right? Or Nike, just black and white, but that color is also interchangeable. Some of those, like Apple and Nike, and even MTV, those are interchangeable colors where you can use all kinds of colors and patterns on them. Some brands can do that, they're made for that. Some just aren't. You couldn't do that with Domino's or Burger King or anything. So it just depends on the construction of the logo. Look and feel, the brand impression created by the consistency of the design and the tagline. Here's an example, Lululemon, athletic clothes for women, a little bit more high-end. They go for, these consistency in all their ads that show, models that are fit, wearing their clothes, and also given that kind of Zen-like atmosphere. So they're always usually against some sort of, pretty harmonious background. In this sense, we have, against kind of a water. Maybe some would be in, a field or forest or something like that. So that look and feel is always going to be consistent with Lululemon by having a tranquil background along with a fit model wearing their clothing.